told her to cut down because I think a lot of people now are having to like cut down. Use brands, use something cheaper. Maybe you don't even use a tool. I remember someone saying to me she stopped wearing human hair because she just thought that would be a good way to just cut off costs. So she just wears a natural hair. What else did I hear? Someone was like, no, I don't shop as much anymore. So I guess now you're gonna see if I'm able to afford the quality of these. Like silks are like demanding you pay blood for good old silk. Cotton, well, it depends. I think things are still largely affordable, but compared to what they used to be before, it's really sad, really, really sad. So in a moment, I'll open up the telephone lines, but first, there's information I want to share with you on Nigeria Info. Welcome. We'll talk about Worry, and they say they have captured 123 fraudsters. My question is, what's the population of Worry that you're able to arrest 123 fraudsters? And that's the sample size, because, you know, you look at other states, you look at Lagos, for example, then you look at other neighboring states, and you hear reports that are consistent reporting young men into fraud. But even worse now is now the forceful entry. It's as though those who are in fraud now or into fraud forcing innocent Nigerians to come join. Well, I'll play the audio for you by a police superintendent because I think you need to hear from the horse's mouth, and then we'll talk about it in a moment. In the meantime,
yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be in tow for a prize. Yes, the prize of 20k on this show belt. But throughout the day, it gets bigger. Yes, 150k is what is on board for you to pick up. And all you have to do is commit the paltry sum of 500 naira in doing this. And just like that, your ticket will be in the draws. Now, this is how the process works. Pick up your phone and dial *347 *880 *3#. That is if you don't have internet service or you just don't like the internet, then you could do that, or you could go to the website www.oneplay.ng. Once you enter, click on Nigeria Info's button on the website there, and just like that, you will be redirected to how to make payment, and just like that, your ticket will be in your hands. Now, 500 naira per ticket, you can play as many as 10 times, as little as once, depending on what you consider play responsibly to be. And of course, make sure that you're above the age of 18 while doing this. Now, once you play, make sure that you have your phone with you, make sure it's charged, make sure it is in good condition, or not, as long as you can pick a call. Make sure that that is what the case is, because that lucky call could be coming in at any time. Now, also remember that OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. While you do this, like I said before, play responsibly and make sure that you're above the age of 18 while playing.
the sunny side. So now I'm going to quickly just play you the set audio, and then we'll further our conversation. Welcome to 99.3 Nigeria.
At a police station in the local area, where we'll be parading about 123 suspected internet fraudsters who were engaged in the business of internet fraud. They were all placed in a particular house in one estate in Efun, Warri Road, where they do what they call HK. They say HK means Hustler's Kingdom. However, what is their modus operandi? They engage their agents who go on social media to flaunt wealth that most times are not even theirs, and convince unsuspecting boys of the age of 17, 18, 19, 20 that they want to teach them forex, and also that they want to teach them crypto business. Now, what do? They lure them, some all the way from Kaduna, some all the way from Akwa Ibom, some all the way from Ibadan, to that particular estate and beat the hell out of them. That is their own way coming to them, and feed them only when they feel like feeding them. In fact, one of them said once they enter the bathroom to bath, before they come out, they will seize their clothes, that they don't come. And in this place, there's no going back. Now, how did we get about this information? One of them, who came alongside two others all the way from Kaduna, told them that I can't do this, let me go home. They told him, you don't come. That guy now used his laptop that they gave to him to do the business of internet fraud to reach out to the mom, who quickly reported to their relative who happens to be a member of the military, and they came in their numbers and raided that estate and arrested over 123 internet fraudsters. We also have another one from Ibadan. He said he studied in Arabic school and needed money to go to Cairo in Egypt. Met one of his friends who he asked for 150,000, and that guy told him, people that are below you are even living larger than you. Come to Wari, let me teach you how to make money. Only for him to come, they took him to that estate, and as they are entering each of the gates, they are always shutting it, locking the gate, locking. He became apprehensive and told them, what am I here to do? They told him it was internet fraud. He told them, I am an afar, I can't do this. They told him, you have come, you are not going back. And that was how they welcomed him with beating. They beat him up to the extent that he even excreted on his body. He urinated on his body, and he had no choice than to stay back. This Bola said for the past 9 months since he left Ibadan, he has not spoken to his mom, he has not spoken to his dad, they have not allowed him access to even sunlight. This is what is happening, and this is the reason why we must continue to monitor our kids, continue to monitor our what? Their peer group. When we can't find them for some time, we should look for them. When they come back home with unexplained and ill-gotten wealth, we should ask questions. We should not continue to tolerate this. This does not speak well for us as a nation. It does not speak well for us as a people and as a society. I just want us to briefly interview some of them so that they will tell us their story. Your name?
My name is Gideon.
Gideon, you are from where?
I'm from Akwa.
How old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
Repeat it.
I'm 17 years old.
Okay, so what brought you to that estate?
My friend, let me start out.
No, I don't need too many stories. What brought you to the estate? Just tell me. Go straight to the
hustle.
Also, what kind of hustling?
Internet flooding.
Internet flooding.
Yes.
Okay, now they tell you say you be. Okay, when did you get there?
Over 1 month.
Okay, you don't do there for like 1 month now.
Sir. Yes.
Okay, so tell me your experience inside the place.
So my experience inside that place is sometimes we only eat morning and evening.
Okay.
And another thing is like we sleep 9 to 5 o'clock in the day. If we sleep at 9, I wake up. From that 9 we start work till 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah, how the work be? How do they do the work?
Our work is to show us how to act this Facebook, after acting this Facebook. But that thing, for me, I don't really like it. I always tell my guys sometimes, this thing is very hard for me to do it.
Okay, it's okay. Now, when was the last time you heard from your parents?
It doesn't reach 1 month.
Since you come to the estate, they don't allow you call your mama.
They only seize our phone and they say we are only calling on Sunday only.
Okay, they seize on our phone. They say you can only call on Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay.
.3 Nigeria Info, you're on the sunny side. I think it's really worth having a conversation about. Our first hour, we're going to be looking at fraud in the Nigerian society. I think what's even worse would be the mindset that's compelling enough for 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds getting into the very act of defrauding people. I think we even need to talk about the psychological implications of what it would mean for someone who's supposed to still be in possession of innocence, rape someone else emotionally or psychologically, rape them of their money and take away from them all that's their hard earned. And the tragedy of it is that I've heard, some other Nigerians give a kind of justification. The supposition is that I've heard something like, well, they tend to keep the economy moving. Some others have said, if not for fraud, then some economic circles within the states may not necessarily be sustainable. There was even a time I heard that in the music industry, that fraud money also helps, plays a role. Let's just put it that way loosely. And I'm not sure whether we can say that there is, it would appear, a kind of agreeing to accepting fraud. I think that the actual word is accepting fraud. It would appear, though, that Nigerians, in a sense, admit fraud. So you're hearing this story where these guys are lured, young boys, lured to come learn something, and then they get there and they're forced to get into fraud. They're taken off grid. They can't call parents, and their life really become regimented in a way. And it's as though while the police appear to be doing something, if we can call this something, there's a bigger problem here. And I want us to talk about that problem. I want us to talk about the society that has come. There's much that's said about fraud, but we seem to not necessarily be doing anything to fix this problem. So on the sunny side this afternoon, our first hour goes to this topic: how do we fight fraud? What's the best way to truly deal with fraud from its root? And then after that, we're continuing our conversation on parents coming up with a plan to deal with textbooks as workbooks, given that all parents are complaining. I don't know any parents who's not complaining about that. And then at 2:30, Desmond is going to be here. We're Nigeria Info, and you on the sunny side. My name's Joyce. Welcome to the show.
What's that station again?
Oh yeah, no. Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So like here we dey talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
The sunny side, 99.3 Nigeria Info, you're welcome. The sun rises here. My name's Joyce. Does society pressure the young? Is society a form of pressure on the nerve of the mind of men and women so that now we can see our decisions revolve around money? I think if you can look at the earlier chat I had with you about how back in the day men would like to invest in their wives, I'm wondering what society now does to the mind of the average man. Now that you can no longer brag about how much investment you have put in your wife, does that do something to your honor? Does that do something to your ego? Does that do something to your strength? Does it do something to you mentally? Because if it's doing something to boys and girls, because now I hear that girls are into scamming people as well. Okay, let's talk. 020127709993, 0201465790, and 08095975805. Welcome to Nigeria Info. We hold this to be worthy of note. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for calling. What's your name? Hello, welcome to the show. How are you? The sunny side. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Sita.
Welcome. Tell us your name and you go ahead.
Thank you. It's Ikechuku. My wife is now managing sick and small eyelids. You know they put eyelashes. Sita, may God bless you for this issue that you brought. I condemn fraud. Are you there?
What do you think?
I condemn fraud. But remember that it is the same issue we treated last year when every chairman was threatening that he's going to sentence a 17-year-old boy full of Boko Haram killing parents in their farm. Let me tell you, the causes of what is happening: no employment, no job opportunities, no soft loan for mechanized farming for the youth, no nothing. I don't say what is down last 2 months, 1,000 workers. They sacked them because of high cost of importation, high cost of material. A container from Ababa to order is 1.2 million. That will bring a container. What do you want them to do? But I condemn fraud. Also, as these FCCs are showing us these people, let them also show us the Arabelo and the better do picture and the Bobrisky turn out the FCCs that they collected 15 million to squash the alleged financial crime of Bobrisky. Not only these boys. So let them bring us other hierarchical officers and arrest the Arabelo.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Lagos, look, you would be maybe equally as alarmed. We have a problem on our hands. So I want to quickly just go through some reported headlines here. September 2nd, EFCC arrests 48 suspected internet fraudsters in Umodike, Abia State. This is September 2nd, 2024. You have another one reported in Sokoto 2 days ago. EFCC arrests 13 suspected internet fraudsters in Sokoto. 2 days ago, and I think I stumbled on one more here, and it says 24 suspected internet fraudsters in Benin City 2 days ago. These are just the cases being reported. Let's talk.
Hello, and how are you? It's good to have you in a conversation.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you very much for calling. What's your name?
Yeah. You said about investing on someone's wife.
Well, I'm hoping you have a wife. Do you?
Yes. Though I've married for over 30 years now.
Yeah.
In the past, I'm from Delta.
Okay.
We appreciate our wives very well. Even when you see us outside, I can wear knicker, but when you see my wife outside, you will wonder who is the wife of that woman, husband of that woman, because you will see their dress, the way they will look like, and we are proud of it. And in these days, I think it's the economy that is bringing the problem now, because even for a man to take care of himself, even at that time, I do many job. I'm a driver. And I work in a company, and we get a better pay. So it reflects in my family. I'm able to establish her for a business. I thank God we have our children. They're all graduate now. And for now, I'm just resting.
Are you one of those guys who promised the wife, if you follow me, you're going to die from enjoyment? Did you ever tell your wife something like that?
Promise.
Did you ever tell your wife, if you follow me, you'll die from enjoying yourself? You could die from pleasure.
No.
You never. Okay. You never told her that?
When in my time, if you are not ready to marry, if you are not matured enough, you are not a man. You don't need to get a wife. When you cannot take care of yourself, you want to take care of a woman.
All right, we'll get that. Thank you so much for calling, really. I appreciate you. On the sunny side, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Thank you so much for calling. It's good to have you on the sunny side.
Jonathan, thanks very much. Jonathan is running. Joyce, maybe you said, let me play this police voice, and I say, here we go again. Last week I called and I was very angry when was it civil defense that was doing a sort of parade, or what do they call it? It's becoming tiring to me.
That
all this parading is just a show-off thing, as far as I'm concerned.
You don't think these guys are into fraud?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I said last week. We are not doing it. This is not the first time they are parading. Was it not here we heard that one small boy, Aki FCC, one story came up one time too? Where is that story right now? The issue is this, Joyce. We can do all 1 million parading of crime people where we like, or what we like. We can do that, what we like. If we don't start making example of people, we will not get anywhere. This policeman talking from a furu now. And when they want to display it, they will tell them to back the camera. That's another thing they normally do. I don't know where we want to get ourselves with all,
Is it possible for Nigeria to even fight fraud? Because if you say you're sick of hearing it, I'm imagining that you've heard it so much that you can't
very
even...
correct, Joyce. I don't think we can fight. I don't even see what we have fought in this country before. The hush puppies of this world, they all migrated from this country too. It wasn't the outside world that caught him. I don't know who we have even Joyce, who have we brought to book concerning this whole thing? Just mention one inside this country. Who have we brought to book? Nobody. And I put it to you, Joyce. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, facing us on our faces every day.
Okay, so psychologically, does this whole money thing in society affecting you psychologically? Yeah. Like, what's your own experience? This lack of money thing in society.
Of course, it's affecting me now. As I'm talking to you now, not that I'm so rich, I'm even facing my own fair share of not having money too.
Yeah, so does it make you feel less of a person in some sense?
No.
Okay.
All I do is this. My own children, I try to get, like some months ago, I just discovered my son with the phone. And I said, where did you get that phone from? And he said his friend gave you. Is it Father Christmas? Whatever. I started from there.
Yeah.
Parents should just be observant and be guiding their children. That does it. But for me, the authorities should learn to make example of people.
Thank you.
If you don't do that, we'll be talking. We'll play another video again next week. You will see.
I appreciate you calling in. 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's worthy of note. Turn off the volume of your radio set.
Hello.
Tell us your name.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Please, I would prefer to remain anonymous. Please.
Okay. Speak up for us, though.
So concerning the internet fraud stuff, I am here to say I regret not engaging in it, while in school. Because I was trying to be upright and all that, and look at where I am today. My classmates, my friends that engaged in it, they've gone so far in life. Most of them are not even in the country right now. So I just think the problem now is that, it will be difficult to tell a child that doing the right stuff pays, while that same child sees, politicians, sees people they are supposed to look up to, doing the wrong things.
Okay, so I have 30 seconds, and I want to ask you a question. It does quite appear that you're going to have to call me back in order to properly answer give me an answer. So here is the question. Okay. So you please call me back with an answer.
All right.
You know good and bad. Do you still feel that doing bad would in some way make you a better person? And is your version of being a better person or a good person, hinged on having money? Is there nothing deeper than that? Because if you say you regret not doing it, it seems as though if you had an opportunity, you would. So think about it first. I'll be right back. Lagos will be right back.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this. It's Customer Service Week, and here at Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, and Ariwa Radio, we want to appreciate our reputable clients for your constant and continuous patronage.
MTN, Nestle, Coca-Cola, Guinness Nigeria PLC, Airtel Nigeria, Bet King, Total Nigeria, Spotify, Techno, Chi Limited, Tunis, Echo Supreme, FC Ramco, Caraway Foods, Stanbic IBTC, Standard Chartered, Amazon, Emirates Airline, MultiChoice, Netflix, Nigerian Breweries, Access Bank, AXA Mansard, Tolaram Groups, Nine Mobile, First Bank, Union Bank, Jack Daniels, DKT Nigeria, Perfecti, Echo Supreme, Google, P&G, Harrison Thermoheater, Jumia, Burger King, Bastion Health, and Cremella. We want to thank you for your patronage and assure you of our continuous outstanding service delivery as always, and also offer you more packages to serve you better.
Who thinks you can't have it all?
I got that defined boy. Now just want yourself. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player, don't talk to two players because you want 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. You want to tell you, well done. You won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big from 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira, and in a few seconds your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3#. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire, 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos, 20,000 naira on Sunnyside, and 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3#. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
Welcome back to your No One Talk News and Sports Station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info. This is worthy of
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side indeed. Worthy of note is the fact that we're having a conversation on fraud, but while that conversation is going on, you should hold on to this piece of information that we would be giving away, as I have the figures, 25,000 naira to 3 people. So yes, there's a draw on the sunny side this afternoon. It could be you. Remember, if for any reason placing a bet is something that defies, or you'd say placing a bet or gambling in your philosophical sense would not permit your moral standing to stand, then don't do it. Because I know many of you have wondered why we speak about you placing a bet in the hopes of winning. If you don't believe in the philosophy of placing a bet, then you don't do it. Right? Good. And then for others, there's also a lesson here. If you know you cannot afford to lose, I would say don't get in the game, because it's a game. You win some, you lose some, and you're not sure. You need enough faith and enough courage to get in. And 3 people today would be walking away with 25,000 naira. So there will be a draw. What you have to do is, you've been told earlier on, you stake 500 naira, and then you get in the draw. And may the odds be in your favor. If you are the one picked up, then yeah, you get awarded 25,000 Nigerian naira
to you, I would say good luck. Okay, so we're back to our conversation, and we're talking about fraud. And I think that we now even have to deliberately consider the other facets that are touched, affected, corrupted, corroded, weakened as a result of a lack of standard that can diminish human value. And you heard the last caller who said that he regrets not engaging in fraud. And it's as though I don't know if he's thought about it, but I think it's worth highlighting the fact that there are aspects of our lives where dignity is required in order for that phase of life to have meaning. And one would be, imagine losing a lover because you didn't have money. And I've heard men say the girl left me because I didn't have money. And God alone knows how much you've prayed and hoped and waited for a woman as beautiful as that, who came by but ended up not staying because you couldn't cater to her.
It's all about Nigeria
and the rest of the world.
I am not very happy at all because of the situation of my country. But the people responsible for that, can they be brought to book? And that is why sometimes I say it's like Nigeria encourage terrorism.
99.3
Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Repairs on the 7-kilometer dilapidated sections of the Lagos-Sangota-Abeokuta road are ongoing. The road has been bad for some time. The Federal Ministry of Works says it is bringing relief to the dilapidated sections in conjunction with the concessionaire. A statement from the Chief Press Secretary to the Ministry of Works, Uchenna Oji, says the Ministry of Works is committed to providing relief to motorists and commuters on all federal roads nationwide. According to him, the Minister, Dave Umahi, is achieving this through the Operation Free Our Roads initiative. Here in Lagos, Okwaja Community Development Association has alleged an illegal diversion of the Lagos-Calabar Expressway in their community. The apex body of indigents and residents of Okwaja in Etiosa local government area of the state is now calling on President Bola Tinubu to investigate the alleged diversion. The community accused the Federal Ministry of Works of deliberately diverting the road from the 2006 gazetted coastal road alignment to favor some influential people. And we hear that 150 passengers died in a boat accident in Mokwa local government area of the Niger State. The boat, carrying over 300 passengers, mostly women and children, capsized during a Molud celebration journey on Tuesday. The passengers are said to be traveling from Mundi community to Bajibo community for the Molud festival when tragedy struck. Confirming the incident, the Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Abdullahi Baba Ara, said rescue efforts were underway to locate more survivors. We hear that at least 60 dead bodies have been recovered now from the accident, while over 150 persons have so far been rescued. In Djibouti, officials say at least 45 people have died and many others are missing after 2 migrant boats capsized off the coast of Djibouti. The International Organization for Migration says that boats left Yemen with 310 people on board before sinking in the Red Sea off the East African nation on Tuesday. The Djibouti's Coast Guard said 61 individuals are still missing and the search operations are continuing. And Myanmar has deported over 50,000 illegal foreigners from October 2023 to August this year. A report says a total of 54,433 individuals from 28 countries and regions were expelled under established procedures. The remark was made during an event to mark the 60th anniversary of Myanmar Police Force Day on Tuesday by the chairman of Myanmar's State Administration Council, Min Aung Hyang. He also said the establishment of a network of border liaison officers with 5 neighboring countries is intended to obtain information in advance and effectively combat cross-border crimes. That's the news update. It is back to the sunny side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Stay here, Lagos.
This is Worthy of Note.
We're back, 99.3 Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side. We're discussing fraud and how maybe this has become a
a thread in the fabric of society, maybe even threads in the fabric of society. We'll hold it to be worthy of note. Welcome to Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. Hello, how are you?
Joyce.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome. It's good to have you.
Good afternoon. You're on to Storm Radio.
Good to have you here. Thank you very much for
Trust
calling.
you're having a lovely day.
Well, yeah, I am.
It's just about the solution is not rocket science. Because the society we live in, there are no consequences for actions. Just, I hope you know, if an amount of money is being compromised, it means that where it was supposed to go to, that place, there's a lacuna. Which means if money was budgeted for that project, it means those people who are supposed to benefit from that project will suffer. Because these guys, who are their role model? Look at the politicians. Look at the way they go around. Somebody steals money and he brags about it. They go around with escorts. And these same guys, these fraudsters, they've imbibed that same attribute. They go with escorts. Joyce.
But just before we reach out to blame politicians, what about the immediate environment, the society, the permittance that some fathers are okay with it, or the acceptance that some mothers are okay with it? The fact that there are Nigerians who are not politicians, but who are okay with this.
Okay, you want my take? It's because of poverty. It's poverty. That's what happens. See, Joyce, I beg to differ. The best society in the world, when push comes to shove, sometimes we see in movies when there's a breakdown of law and order, the police are not there. They take to arms. I knew how it was while growing up. Some things were standard. You didn't have to go look for it. Okay, look at the next subject you bring in. Parents cannot send their children to school anymore. These same guys, they went, if not for free education, some of them will be hawking puff, selling pure water in the street. But what did you do? You benefited from it. And what are you doing to the people now? You're trying to govern. You're subjecting them to poverty. Okay, look at the video that went viral of a lady who was live on a TikTok or video. Her mother was the one holding the phone for her while she was twerking. Because the mother will say, go and do what your mates are doing. Most of us who are trying to keep our sanity is gradually eroding away.
Let me ask you a personal question. Does this whole economic situation in some sense impinge on your human dignity, on the way you value yourself, on the way society values you? Do you think being in this economic bracket has made people look down on you? Do you also look down on yourself? Like, where's your mind at? Where's your head at?
I don't look down on myself. I know, I see the way people look at me. Because once you are not there, the influence when it comes to finances where your mates are, they tend to judge you by it. So sometimes they throw jibes at you like this and that and that.
Yeah.
Not because I'm doing bad, but that's affluence they expect, because that's the order of the day.
All right.
And it's, are you following me, Joyce?
Yeah. But we have to let other people speak, so you have to round up. Yeah.
Okay, good. Keep up the good job.
I
Joyce.
appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much for calling. Welcome to Nigeria Info. I think now we have to speak about the psychological impact or the psychological imprint of fraud. Welcome to the sunny side. My name's Joyce.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good to have you. Welcome. Tell us your name. Turn off the volume of your radio set.
I've done that, Joyce. I have, really.
Tell us your name and you can go ahead.
All right. Michael,
Remember, when you call in, turn off the volume of your radio set. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side.
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce.
Good to have you. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
My name is Mazude.
Good to have you.
Yeah, Joyce, is there, I'm a person that I condemn everything wrong. Everything. But sometimes, when after condemning, I will ask, how? What got that wrong? What caused it? What caused what is happening in Nigeria today is nothing but, let me keep mother aside, because mother has no energy, because mother has no money, because of the hardship that politicians impose on us, that makes parents now, everybody liking fraud people. Before, it's not like that. Everybody's afraid of doing wrong. But the government, the service government are giving to the people, make people to, all the even if you check most of the people in government today is all the people that characterize 419, because government they have taken over government for wrong. So, but how to get it back right is what we need to talk about. That is always what I look for the solution, and I got the solution. The solution now is good people that are calling for radio, all these beautiful people that love truth, love things to be good. They need to form what they call natural government. Natural government is for good, is for bad, is for ugly, because they need it to survive. So all they have to, this natural government is not harmful, it don't harm anybody. Only brings solutions, only because it's not harmful.
So what do you mean when you say
need to
natural?
change.
What do you mean when you say natural government?
Natural government is government that it doesn't harm anybody. The government that you will help the bad ones to come back to good.
How do you institutionalize that?
Then the way it will happen is that it's just friendly. You use your social media system. This government take over this Nigeria because with social media. You use social media to organize yourself, sponsor only nothing but that good to everybody. Whatever you're talking in your mind that now you want it to be in Nigeria, just practice it there.
Thank you.
You understand? When you practice it there, everybody will benefit that life. So if people want that solution, because not go back to regional government, restructure Nigeria, this is what will bring that best something.
Thank you
That's
very much for calling.
Really will get that natural government.
All right, I do appreciate you calling in. You on the sunny side. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Hello, Joyce.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us your name. Please go ahead.
My name is Engineer Joseph. I'm calling from the Soja Department.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah. Concerning the topic, you're discussing this afternoon. Yeah, I think the one watchword we should look at is don't even dare trying to go into fraud. I will be just.
Who are you speaking to, yourself or somebody else?
Sorry?
Whom are you speaking to, yourself or someone else?
No, you. I'm talking to you.
You're telling me not to go into fraud. I didn't intend to.
Don't even. I mean, I'm talking about people shouldn't even try going into.
Yeah, but
the
the problem
thing.
here is we're talking about people already in it. And a caller before you called me said he regrets not going into it. I think you can only tell me from your perspective.
Okay. Actually, I think sometimes you find yourself in some positions in life when you need help, and sometimes if you don't seek people to assist you in trying to get out of the problem, you understand. Sometimes that could lead one into so many things, doing so many things, wrong things. But that's not an excuse. One should also understand that for any action you take, there's a consequence. So you must also weigh what you're going into and understand that, look, if I get caught, in what I'm doing right now, you understand, I'm going to go in for it. Okay, let me just take an example for my son. My son, I have done all I could to talk to him about not even going into fraud. And Daddy, he said, Daddy, I know you have told me not to do this, and I have kept to it. As a father, I'm happy when he said it, that because it's in school, it's in photo, and when I sit him down, I said, look, make sure you don't soil your hand. Make sure you watch the kind of friends you keep. You understand? And make sure you don't go into fraud.
Okay.
I want to be out there tomorrow with a full chest and say, yes, I'm not into fraud, but I made it in life.
Okay. Thank you.
And today I'm happy. I'm happy because he's not into fraud and he's taking that line of advice I gave him.
I want to appreciate you.
We parents need to do more in our children. Make sure that they don't go into fraud. I'm sure they always are.
Or gold, but it would appear the earlier caller would prefer silver or gold or both. So let's talk about the psychological impact, because we can see how this lack of money is affecting society. You can see how the people whom you even think are intelligent are judging on the scale of has money, don't have money. Like they don't even go as far in as to wait for you to show your character. They don't evaluate you on the content of your character. They just look at you and scale whether you have money or don't have money, and then they're on to the next. Or maybe they stick around if you have money. And then I think that there's something this social construct is doing to the mindset of the Nigerian public. So we hold this to be worthy of note to figure out what Nigerians are observing, how they're going to react to this repetitive and consistent report of fraud in society, because I dare say that there is a silent acceptance of fraud in the Nigerian society. My name's Joyce. Welcome to the sunny side on Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Good afternoon, Nigeria Info.
Turn up the volume of your radio set.
I'm outside already.
What's your name?
My name is Confidence. I'm coming from Akute.
Thank you very much.
And I want to talk about something. There is one of this, my brother, that is in school. So now he came back from school. He was talking about some of his friends that have dropped out from school because the parents doesn't have money to pay. So I want to ask, those children that dropped out now, what are they going to be doing at home? Some will go and learn work, go and do this thing. Is it everybody that have that talented this to learn work or this? Some people want to go to school to be doctors, to be this, and you are not telling them to come and be learning tailor or for them to come and be doing mechanic. See, this country as a whole, this country is corrupt. I heard of one man that called from Canada that time that said that if you see cleaner, they respect them, they do this. But for Nigeria, once you don't have money, they don't respect you. Once you don't do this, some people will be saying it's parents. Some parents is not the problem. Look at the Bonner one they say that come from this in Ibadan to that place. Is his parents aware that he's going to that place? Does he know that he's going to? But all these things come from bad friends and all this. The country is already corrupt, and you guys should find something to do about it. I'm a young girl, and all these things I'm facing them there. People should just do something.
Can I ask you a question? Okay, can I ask a question?
Okay, I'm hearing.
Does this concern inform the kind of way you're going to date a man? Are you dating someone, and does this inform the way you're going to date? Are you going to place money?
No,
okay.
it does.
It
no,
doesn't?
It doesn't. Yeah,
okay.
It doesn't.
Well, okay, that's good. Thank you so much for calling. Then,
but that's what I'm saying is for them to know what to do, so that all of us will not just fall into this trap of these evil people. That is just it.
Thank you for calling. Really, I appreciate it. 99.3 Nigeria Info. You on the sunny side. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you very much for calling. Turn off the volume of your radio set.
Yes, I have done that. Joyce, I'm Michael. I was making a point. The thing cut me off.
Okay.
The thing I was saying is this the idea that it is poverty that made people to do bad things. I don't totally agree with it. I don't agree with it because I understand, yes, that a hungry man cannot. It's difficult for a hungry man to be upright. I think I understand that. But one thing is to be poor. Another thing is allowing poverty to affect your mentality. That's where the problem lies. You see, a lot of people allow poverty to affect their mentality. That is why they do some certain things, and they tell you that it's poverty that is making them to do that. The thing is that people don't longer have morality. They no longer have principle. There's no more dignity.
But it's actually correct. Look, I don't want to hear myself. I'm going to say thank you so much for calling. Really, I appreciate it. Thank you. There's actually proof, scientific proof, that poverty does affect the human brain. So the way you can look at it is that there is the consequence of poverty, and that consequence is trapped in the environment. And so if you grow up in that environment, something divine has to keep you away from not becoming the influences in your environment. So yes, you have an argument when you say that some people lack morality, and as such they become the environment. But there's also the fact that it's like, have you heard the parable? You remember the parable of the seed? That there are seeds that fall on good soil, and then there are seeds that fall on bad soils. Now, it's not the problem of the seed, is a problem of the soil the seed fell on. And so if we were to borrow that logic for any instance, it would be that if a person is around a not so good environment, because I think what is even here particularly concerning is the fact that parents, adults, educated people in this country, seeming educated people in this country, will judge you for not having money. and they're exposed. So there is this mentality of, well, if you're here, then we regard you, give you respect. If you are not here, then, well, maybe we should trivialize your importance. It happens in your society. So, yeah, we're talking about fraud. Welcome. It's a day for things that we hold to chest. And I think this is a very good mirror for the Nigerian society. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, Maria.
My name's Joyce. Please remember that. The sunny side. Can you hear us? The sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. You have to speak up for us, please.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good to have you. Welcome. Tell us your name.
Yes. How are you, Joyce? My name is
well.
Austin.
I'm good. Thank you. Welcome, Austin. Go ahead.
Yes. This is my humble opinion about the subject matter. The society, we live in a society that doesn't value, they don't appreciate the dignity in labor. You see, when you're doing a legit work and you're trying to strive, people tend to look at you in such a way that, you know, you're not doing much and maybe you're not earning much, you're not living up to the standard of people who are into these fraudulent activities. So they look at you, they talk to you in a kind of condescending manner, and you feel like sometimes this life doesn't worth it. But I was brought up in a family that understand that, yes, there is a dignity in labor. They let you understand that you don't really have to, acquire the whole world before you enjoy this world. You just live to your means, and that's what I've been doing. That's my principle. I have a friend that when I was in school, was into fraudulent as early as 2016. He's married now. He has a car, and he's doing well. To him, I'm still single. I'm not yet married, but to the glory of God, I'm not doing pretty bad too. But you see, he tends to flaunt things, and when sometimes my mom will see him and be like, "Is that not your friend? I saw him in a car, and he's married now." And sometimes they talk to you in such a way that maybe you're being lazy, but we uphold the way we're being brought up. So
are you still friends with this person? Are you still friends with him?
No, I've cut off. You know why? Because these same people, they have a cabal. When you are not with them, they don't relate with you as one. You understand? Because
so they cut you off.
You are entirely different from them. There is nothing they want to get. You don't have updates. You don't have anything you want to give them. Okay. So there is nothing they want to get from you. So they try as much as possible to kind of cut you off. And when I started observing that, when you want to just talk to him, how are you doing? He'll be like, my God, they come, I'm busy. So stuff like that, I just have to stop talking to him. He's fine. You're fine. I'm fine. Everyone is living life. He's doing good. I'm doing well as well. But this, and our government too, they are not doing a good job. When you're trying to strive as a person, they bring some kind of things, and the way they flaunt well, so they let you, they make you understand that maybe if you're not having this money, then you're nobody in the society.
Thank you so much for calling.
We're still holding up to the principle we're being built up with, and we're still forging ahead.
I appreciate you calling in. 99.3 Nigeria Info, this on your side. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Turn up the volume of your radio set. Afternoon to you. Welcome. Tell us your name, please. Go ahead.
My name is Samuel.
Good.
I'm from Lydia, Papa.
Good to have you.
Last week we talked about this problems matter, and now it's here again. 120 boys catch in Delta State, and they didn't even look all the whole place. According to the police officer was mentioning in the Kaduna Abia State, they didn't measure Lagos. When even in the company, people that are even working in office, earning good money, into the same fraud. Most of all these banks, they are into the same fraud. When you lost your phone and you went there to tell them, I want to close my account, I lost my phone, just tell your money bye-bye. Either you use the other side of the fence, like, please, I'm trying to check my account balance. After them tell you, not tell them what is going on, that they should block the account, that your phone got lost. Because if you don't open up to them, your money bye-bye. Yes, when they turn you, find out, go headquarters, go this, go that. After all said and done, nothing will happen. And number two, about all these things, let's blame ourselves and blame the government and the parents. When we blame the government small, most people blame the parents. Today, as somebody sing music, if you know them money, waiting you gain. What do you expect? Young boys now one poor head. You will no come they live life if they try manage yourself. Me as I did like this, Mr. Joy, I not tell you like get it after leaving school. Back in the day where the thing just start to guys we do them, many of them they are big boys on their own. Then we don't die, pay for it. But me at the tell them say anybody will go try one any of my family or my blood, I swear. I go call the ghost of where you from. I don't say you from Abia. I go call the.
Hold on a second, please. I apologize.
That person anywhere they go.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
It's Customer Service Week, and here at Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, and Ariwa Radio, we want to appreciate our reputable clients for your constant and continuous patronage.
Flour Mills, Globalcom, Cadbury, Unilever, Promasidor, International Breweries, PepsiCo Foods, PZ Cousins Limited, Sterling Bank, Pernod Ricard, Infinix, Bloom, House on the Rock, Owler Foods, Avon, Avon HMO, Leadway Assurance, InDrive, Bajaj, TGI Groups, Reliance HMO, ARM Pension, Hares Insurance, SBC, Hypo Home Care Products, Reckitt, UAC Cap, UAC CAP, 9PSB, TOEFL, Mobile, Eco Revenue Summit, and Beggar Paint. We want to thank you for your patronage and assure you of our continuous outstanding service delivery as always, and also offer you more packages to serve you better.
Hi, I'm Natasha Kmani. I'm a governance and public policy expert and the host of Talk to Me Direct podcast. Talk to Me Direct is produced by Luminate. Luminate is a global foundation working to ensure that everyone, especially those underrepresented, have the information, rights, and power to influence decisions that affect their lives. In the next episode, I will speak with a change maker turned state official who is passionate about the role of technology in democracy, Nigeria's Honorable Minister of Communications, Dr. Basun Tijani.
If we jump into the conversation of governance without even understanding what we're governing, we're not going to be able to bring our perspectives to the table.
Ladies and gentlemen, it still is the season of giving. So says oneplay.ng. That is why they want you to dial the code *347 *880 *3#. Yes, if you want our money, dial that code. Or you could go to the website at www.oneplay.ng, as in one, the number one, PLAY.ng. Once you get there, select Nigeria Info as your station, and just like that, your ticket will be in the draws. Of course, you have to commit the paltry sum of 500 naira to each ticket. Now, you can play as many times as possible to give yourself a bigger chance of winning. And remember that your chances of winning are pretty much the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or you use the code *347 *880 *3#. Now, remember that at the end of the week, there's going to be a 500,000 naira jackpot. I know it's mind-blowing. You can't beat that. You definitely can't beat that. So your qualifying for that is dependent on you playing the game during the week. What am I to say? I am saying when you dial *347 *880 *3# from your phone, or go to the website at oneplay.ng to play the OnePlay game every day, you automatically qualify for the jackpot that comes at the end of the week on Friday. Yes, it's announced on Friday. That said, ladies and gentlemen, play responsibly. Make sure you are playing with only what you can afford. And once you play, make sure you keep your phone very close, because that lucky call could be coming in at any time. Yes, at any time. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Keep playing, keep winning, and keep smiling to the bank.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
back, 99.3 Nigeria Info. The sunny side. This one goes, this is a message, Olabode. He says, painstakingly reviewing fraud in Nigeria. It started from asking for little favors to get what a person is not qualified for, like soliciting admission for a student that didn't make the cutoff mark. You say same set of parents don't see anything wrong when their children participate in internet fraud as long as money is coming in. Similarly, enforcement officers are okay with it as long as they're getting their share of the proceeds. So Yahoo boys are now proud of their criminal profession. Thank you for your message. I think I can do one more message before we go to the telephone lines. There is a positive correlation between misery and fraud. As more people fall into multi-dimensional CADA, fraud will escalate to unsustainable levels. Even prisons and security architecture won't be able to handle it. This is rapid progression to being a failed state where we have a very poor and uneducated population that would embrace crime as a way out. We need to be factual and focus on the root causes of the problem we are facing as a society. Ugo, thank you for your message. Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you very much for calling. You tell us your name and you go ahead.
Well, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome. What's your name?
Yes, I think yesterday.
What's your name?
Joy.
Tell us
I'm
your name.
Peter from Ikorodu.
Welcome, Peter.
Peter from Ikorodu.
I hear you, Peter. Thank you for calling.
Yes,
Please go ahead.
yesterday.
Okay, so there's you and the lady at the background. Can you step away from her, please, so we can hear you?
I'm in the office. Let me step out here. Yesterday, you had a caller. Is it better now?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay. Yesterday, you do have a caller who was actually ready to do anything to make an end meet yesterday, and which you were trying to persuade, and she was like, I'm tired. I must do anything to make a living. Now, why I'm saying this is that you can see that the whole thing starts from the kind of the system in which the country is actually operating. If the system is wrong, whether the fault comes from the parent, comes from the child, it all goes back to the system, the kind of system we operate in the country. If the system is accommodating for everybody, I don't think we are going to have nuisance in this country who will now be a kind of a mess to the community.
Okay.
So that is my own. Look at the leaders in which we are producing. They all benefited from a good structure. But it's now for them to now keep on building that same structure in which they benefited from. It now became it's now a problem to them. They are wrecking this country down without any sense of feelings that at least the young should grow. If we don't, for this country, for the whole thing to change, I believe we say we are practicing democracy, but the democracy we are actually practicing, did we actually prepare for it? Where's our blueprint? Joy.
Thank you very much for calling. Really, I appreciate it. We're live streaming. We're on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM, and I'd like to read your commentary. I'm going to quickly go to WhatsApp. Gloria from Ikorodu says, a great topic, Joyce. Could you imagine what you are discussing is also affecting accommodation as well? When agents take you to a house and you're trying to reduce their agreement and commission or even rent, they tell you that big boys will come and rent the place and even tip them. And it breaks my heart because landlords back then will never give you accommodation when you don't have a job. So I see. Thank you very much, by the way, Gloria, for your message. We can see society reflecting right back to us. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name?
Yes, good afternoon. I'm marvelous.
Thank you for calling. Good to have you. Go ahead.
Joyce, this topic you are treating today, somehow, is a problem we are all facing in this our present day. So, my question is there truly dignity in labor? You know, I have a reason why I ask that kind of question. Because to me, now, if you keep ruling in this manner, personally, I have worked all my life. I mean, I'm talking about labor. I have labored all my life.
But presently, till date, I have nothing to show for it. And in me, I know if you tell me what have I done, what have I done that I've been saying, I've deserved this, I deserve. Yes, it's because you didn't see what I have been doing. Me, I have worked, I have labored all my life. So at the time, I got to, last week, I was just thinking if I can just stop being honest. Just live the other life, change, just maybe something good can come out from it.
But hold on a second. Let me ask you, do you think that would be good? Can you call that good? If, say, you become a fraudster and then you're able to buy a car, would you say that that's good? If that's of the blood of other people?
Yes, it's good. It's good because, see, if hungry catch you, I know they talk about maybe they pretend that. No, if hungry truly catch you, Joyce, I tell you, you go do what you don't believe if you do.
Okay, is the logic for me? I can understand your argument for you have done the righteous thing and you have not made it. Now you want to do the unrighteous thing and you call it good. In your logic, is that good? I can understand that you save yourself, both the shame from being a man without to the very burden of not having to having, right? But can you say that's good if your having is of the blood of other people?
Joyce, as it stands today, I swear to God who made me. To me, it's good. If you say it's not good, it's because you are not in my shoes. To me, it's good because I'm losing people now. I'm going crazy on a daily basis. As I'm talking to you, I'm desperate to do any fucking thing. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with this country? Is there a crime to be born in Nigeria? Is there a crime to be in Nigeria? What is going on? And for how long? When will all this nonsense? When will all this stupidity stop? Joyce, see, I'm telling you, people can no longer exercise patience any longer. People can, in fact, see, I'm telling you, let these people do something on time before it gets too late. I'm telling you, people who have the same mind that I have now are many out there. They are just keeping it to themselves. I'm telling you, Joyce.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. The sunny side. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Please do me a favor. Men, could you stay on the men's side of the line so women can call in? I'd like to hear women speak because it's also necessary to feel their own rage and hear their perspective if they're able to give their rage language. Hello, welcome to Nigeria Info. It's worthy of note.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Yeah.
Please call the male line, please. I'll appreciate that. Hello, the sunny side. Welcome. It's good to have you.
Joyce, good afternoon. I'm the person that guy spoke about. That's to Men Anonymous.
Okay, I'm with you. Thank you for calling.
Joyce, sometimes when I rant on radio, I feel bad after it because at the tail end of the radio, somebody is receiving this heat. I always think about you and how you feel and how you sleep because it's just like everybody bringing their problem to the seaside to dump it inside the sea. That is where you are seated. It's not easy on you. But I apologize if I've done anything or if I have said anything wrong that makes you think bad or feel demoralized or anything. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
because I know it's not easy on you.
Yeah,
so, Joyce,
I don't want you to be sorry. I hold no offense against you. I just want you to be aware. I don't know if you are aware. I understand that sometimes the pain can overcome the joy of being alive. But are you aware that there is consequence for what we do? And I just wonder if your head has gotten there.
No, let me be honest to you. Sometimes when I say something, I regret them, and I repented. Fine. I used to be the very bad guy, not the very dark guy. The very bad guy that I mean is, Joy, I've done. I can't.
You don't have to tell me.
Let me just say, okay. Yeah, I've done the internet thing before.
Oh, okay.
I know. Yes, I know what it means. Do you understand? I know what it means, and it's not easy. The reason I left those things is at the end of this thing that you collect from these people, what happened to them? Some of them will just throw themselves from the story building they are staying. Some of them will throw themselves into water, and these are people that are well recognized. These are people that, like in your organization there, let's give an instance, maybe Sheriff heads the organization, and then you people so trust Sheriff that, he can't take our money away, let's contribute this money to Sheriff. Why all of a sudden Sheriff will be defrauded, and because he can't stand the shame to be explaining, something happened, somebody took the money. So some of them kill themselves. And when I look into the things, I say, I think I have to stop this thing. I stopped before I married. Do you understand? Joyce, you know how it feels when you say you don't want to do something again and something somewhere is making you want to go back to it. Like, Joyce, it's not been easy. I'm telling you from that point that I've seen money before. I've seen money, real money. But now I do a healing business, right? And something somewhere is frustrating me. I know friends that I started the journey with. I know where they are. Sometimes they invite me, I don't go. Sometimes they are sitting out and they call me, I don't go. It's not because I cannot sit down, enjoy with them, but in you, there is that thing that is saying, whoa, guy. Like, I come out every day, I see the frustration, how people talk to me when I'm staring, and it's not easy. I'm trying to bring my voice down because I just choose not to get myself upset again. Sometimes I just turn the radio off, but it's not helping. It's not helping at all, Joyce.
I understand. I really do understand.
I just don't want to hurt people, but see the way people are hurting me already. See the way the government is doing all this thing already. I might not touch the government directly, but I might touch who relate to the government, and that person will never come out from anywhere that will keep that person. Do you understand? I can just go to a school. I can go to one of the higher institution here. I can make that VC not see the light of the day again. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I can make a head of an organization, a head of a health organization not see the light of the day again. But see how they are frustrating people. But am I going to continue like this? And my children will tell me, Daddy, my golden meal has finished. Daddy, my milk has finished. And I cannot afford. It's hurting. It's hurting.
I understand. I really do.
It hurts.
Thank you.
I'll have to end here, Joy.
I appreciate you calling in. Really, I do. Thank you so much for calling Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show. We hope this to be worthy of note. Good afternoon to you.
Lady J. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you very much for being here.
This is Oboli calling from Ikorodu.
Good to have you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Go ahead.
Yes, my heart bleeds for the guy that just called. So I'm happy he's able to pour out his heart because speaking with you is therapeutic. There's so many heavy burdens on people's mind that they have nowhere to pour it or dump it. They're just there to listen to everybody. Not like you don't have your own, but then you just give your listening ears. Lady J, everybody's passing through a whole lot. Some have shock absorbers to carry their own. Some have something they can fall back on. So as much as I condemn fraud, but I just want a paradigm shift. Like, I ask myself, what if there was no way out? What if there was nobody out there just to lend a helping hand? Sometimes I just sit down and I can ask myself, what happens today? What gives today? And then before you know, God just makes a way. Sometimes there is even no way. No silver lining at the end of the tunnel. And you just wallow in your tears, in your abject poverty, you go out behind and just hide. Now, look at what this guy is saying. If he had another means, like somebody else will call and say, I condemn what you're saying. No, he's only expressing himself, and I admire his courage for doing that. Lady J, I have somebody in my area here. The mother bragged to me and said her daughter is married to a Yahoo guy. He's dating, and she would want her daughter to eventually marry a Yahoo guy. And I told her, God forbid, if your children or your grandchildren are eventually used for this Yahoo, if it turns to Yahoo Plus. And she said, that is what is happening now. So society has even come to embrace it gladly, as if it doesn't matter anymore. Lady J, have you seen the kind of respect police officers accord Yahoo guys? You need to see them on the street. From waving at them, saluting them, all because something will definitely drop. They don't really care how you make your money. Society is so wired that way, and they've accepted these guys, even when they know what they are doing is bad. And so you tell somebody, a youth, not to go that way. I don't like it, but that is what is obtaining. So we need a paradigm shift. We have to start recalibrating the mindset of the youth. But before we do that, what have we put there? Even as we are reforming them, what do they need to fall back on? What do they have to fall back on? Some people don't have any way out, Lady J. I don't accept Yahoo. I don't accept fraud. But what is the way forward? Is there a dream? The dream has fizzled away. The dream is dead. The dream is gone. And there's no hope for the youth out there. Thank you very much, Lady J.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. We're discussing fraud and its psychological imprint on the mind of the Nigerian. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you very much for being here. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Tell us your
How
name.
are
Go
you?
ahead. Good.
This is Market Woman.
Thank you for calling.
We know the country is bad, Joyce. But you can't say because you need money, you want to use your fellow human being. That is a no-no for me. Because even when I grew up, the country was bad. I tell you, before we see common by eat for my house, it's hard though. Today not be poverty, it's hard though. You see my little girl, he mentioned one thing one day, he say, hey mommy, when they don't see anything follow, I say, hey, if they don't see anything, I say if you do that thing, that day you die. She looked, I said, that day you will die. The day you will try those rubbish. What are you saying? He now said, mommy, I didn't think it very well before. I said, hey, there's another day she tell me, saying, it's like I want to go and join politics, so if I grow up. I say, if you go and join it because you want to thief Nigeria money, I say it's dead for you. Except you want to join it and do the right thing. So, for that age, I begin to tell him all those kind of a thing. So, you know there is a threat already. So, let us not encourage this, no matter how the country is bad. You can sell your body now to make money instead of another fellow human being. I know, country is bad. Don't use your fellow human being. Don't take my money because I suffer for it every day. That is why I call you every time and shout. Because the way all these boys is everywhere, no work, nothing. It's for me to work freely, for my children to work freely. That is why I shout on radio. Please, those who are giving birth to children, please, you cannot take care of them. Don't bring them. I still blame parents. I still blame them. Don't bring them. If you don't have money at all, say, don't go into marriage. If you don't have work that you are doing, don't go into marriage. Please. If you want to if you are pursuing money, use your own life to do it. Don't use another people. Because if anybody comes to take my money or my family, he will die first. And if in prayer, I will use to kill that person. Thank you.
The sunny side. My name's Joyce. Welcome. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. Mittel says, this is Mittel. Parents should teach contentment. Church should preach salvation. Hollywood should show movies on good values. Musicians should sing morals, not display affluence and substance abuse. Politicians should live a low-key life. Thank you very much for your message. This one goes, parents who are encouraging their sons and daughters to do internet fraud are doing so because of greed, not poverty. If we look at the diabolic aspect of some of the internet fraud we see these days, parents like that can end up becoming sacrificed for voodoo money obtained through internet. What can Yahoo boys not do? People who eat human excretion. Oh... Okay, people who eat human excrement to get diabolic powers. Do they do it to get diabolic powers? Is that really what they do it for? Excrement. They eat human excrement for powers, or for money, or for the power of money. Okay, maybe it's the same thing. The sunny side. Welcome, we're Nigeria. Oh yeah, that. What?
We used to see that when in the old Nollywood movies.
Oh, it used to be in the movies?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh. I don't remember ever seeing something like that. I've heard it, but I haven't seen it.
We've seen it on Nollywood movies.
Oh, hell. All right. Nigeria Info. Welcome to the sunny side.
Good afternoon, Mo.
Thank you very much for calling. Turn up the volume of your radio set.
Yeah, radio is off now.
Thank you very much for calling. Tell us your name, then you go ahead.
So, my name is Monday. I'm calling you from Aja. So, Ma, like some mother will call and talk. This is my first time calling.
Welcome, first time caller.
So, like some mother will call and talk and talk. Like me, I born, I didn't see my parents. They said my mama died, leave me for one woman now train me up. So I do conductor for many years. From the conductor, I learned how to drive. So even though I know how to drive now very well. And another way around, they say no work for streets. Now the work now is going to the edge.
I may have lost you.
Before you go to agent will say bring 10,000, bring 15,000. No signboard of work as in driver work again, except now house girl work or selling. So at times it bothering me when some people will call radio station. It say float. Ma, feeding a day is a problem. That survivor a day to buy a sachet of pure water is a problem. I didn't know how government can help us to do.
All right.
This fraud of a thing, Mama, na hunger, I no go like, because I use myself now to set as a sample for you. I never marry, but to feed myself alone, na problem. And I get and work. Agent will say, bring 20,000, I will give you work. Bring 10,000, I will give you work. It's supposed to be so. So at times when some parents, where God don't do them, I know say no marry, who born in a good home will get a good training. But like us, uncle, what can we do? That is my question.
That's a good question. Thank you so much for calling. The people who fall between the cracks in society and who, of no fault of their own, are having to fight their way up the ladder of existence. And then there is the cold, brash, harsh reality of human existence. Welcome to Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you very much for calling. Tell us your name and go ahead.
Chris is my name. 2013, I was at Abuja. I won a lottery. They take me to Abuja by air. That's my first time I entered aeroplane. They locked me in Trascorp Hilton Hotel for 3 days. Just for that 3 days, I couldn't sleep. I see how people lifestyle. I say, well, Chris, is it not the same world? Can I change? I think about my wife, my 3 kids. Think about my name, Omuka. I said, no. What is the after effect? Joyce, I'm a driver. I would drive from Lagos to Abuja, deliver the goods. The next day, I'm back in Lagos. The next day, go to Kaduna. From Kaduna to Zaria to go and deliver goods and come back again for Court. I did all this. But at the end, some boys that I know, we grew up together. They were making money. But today, where are those guys? Where are they today? I always think of after effect.
All right.
No matter what, anybody that want to go into ritual or whatever, you have that criminal whatever in him. I've been thanking my God. Say with my sweat, I will make it. I had this gura. I only refer to my car as gura. I packed it, even the compound where I work. I covered it with a car cover. People that pack G-Wagon, everything were asking me, Chris, is it how you cover your car every day? I said, yes. One of them will say, all these big men will not be happy with you. I maintain, I don't care. You park your Rolls Royce, your Escalade. I park my gura. I beat my chest. I don't run another person's race. It's greed. Anyuku. Most of us are greedy.
Thank you.
But no, I stay in that my one room there. I don't mind. Make all the whatever you want to make. Good luck to you. But the after effect is all you always think of. You always ring bell on my head. What will be the after effect? And people don't learn lesson. Joyce, I want to thank you once more.
It's all right. Thank you very much for calling. Really, I appreciate it. The sunny side. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome. You're on the sunny side. Thank you so much for being here. What's your
all
name?
Right, Emmanuel is my name.
Good. Go ahead.
I'm a top guy. So, yes, I want to say something to buttress the point that it is actually those who do this internet fraud or those who are into fraud that suffer the most in the long run. Okay, they suffer the most. They even suffer more than their victims. Their victims would have moved on after bearing their loss and all of that. So I grew up in the 90s. I was like 20 years old in the 90s when, at that time, when it looked like there was no other business in Nigeria except advanced fee fraud. That was what they were calling it at that time. It wasn't internet fraud because there was actually no internet in those days. So all the young people, attach themselves to one office or the other. People used to rent duplexes, flats all over the place in posh areas where they set up offices, and then they have boys who go around, soliciting for all of this through writing and posting and all of that. Okay, so At that time, they would tell you that there was no business in Nigeria, there's no job in Nigeria, and some will tell you that if you are doing anything that is genuine, don't call me, because there is no such thing in Nigeria. You cannot make money through genuine means. Nigeria was actually festive with crime at that time. So now many of them made so much money. I actually left at some point. I went to the university. By the time I came back, many of them had even become billionaires, built so very mighty houses, either in Lagos, in their villages, in Abuja, and all of that. But today, I see some of them. I still see some of them. They are much older now, but if you see some of them, in fact, you can't even shake them. They look so wretched. I just don't know what happened. These people, they think worked on their mentality and totally
Pardon
destroyed
me.
them.
Please hold on. I want to quickly go off on a break. I'm going to ask you to either call me back or hold on, all right?
All right. Okay.
We'll be right back, Lagos.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Hi, I'm Natasha Kimani. I'm a governance and public policy expert and the host of Talk to Me Direct podcast. Talk to Me Direct is produced by Luminate. Luminate is a global foundation working to ensure that everyone, especially those underrepresented, have the information, rights, and power to influence decisions that affect their lives. In the next episode, I will speak with a change maker turned state official who is passionate about the role of technology in democracy, Nigeria's Honorable Minister of Communications, Dr. Basun Tijani.
If we jump into the advanced conversation of governance without even understanding what we're governing, we're not going to be able to bring our perspectives to the table.
Like and
Attention, all secondary schools, get ready to speak up, stand out, and make your voice heard. I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament Season 8 is here. If you have the passion, the skills, and the will to win, this is your moment. Auditions for this year's season ends Sunday, October 6th, 2024. Don't miss this chance to compete with the brightest minds in Lagos. How to enter? Visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Click on the I Beg to Differ banner on the homepage. Choose only one out of 3 topics listed. Argue 2 minutes in favor of and 2 minutes against the topic you chose. Upload your 4-minute recording in MP3 format. Fill in your other details and submit. This is open to secondary school students between the ages of 13 and 16. Register now and prove that you have what it takes to be an I Beg to Differ champion. I Beg to Differ Debate Season 8, the Tournament of Champions.
.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
We're back. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Oh, I'm still here.
Thank you so much for holding on.
Okay, in rounding up, let me just say that it doesn't pay. In the long run, it doesn't pay. Some of these guys, if you see their children, their children are having made money through fraud and all of that. Many of them couldn't even raise their children properly. Their children are still into internet fraud and all of that. If you see the men, they're looking so tattered, like people who have not even seen money before. If you go to the villages, you see their mansions there. They cannot go and live there. There's no money to live in that mansion. They are here in Lagos. They are in Abuja, looking very, very tattered. They did not prepare themselves for anything genuine. The fraud which they took as a way of life actually ruined them, because when there was a turn of event and it became a bit difficult to do the fraud again, they didn't know what to do again. And money in the bank does not grow; it only vanishes. And then at the end of the day, they finished the money, and there was nothing more they could do. Some of them went into sponsoring kidnapping and all of that, and that is what a lot of them are doing till today. So that's the point. It doesn't pay at all. People should actually get out of it. This new one that they're doing now, that they're using girls, they are eating all manner of nonsense to make money. At the end of the day, they will also suffer it. When they are 50, 60, they will discover that there's actually no gain, in the thing to start with.
Thank you for calling, really, I appreciate. This one goes, the government as a whole should live by example. The Nigerian society has lost hope on the supposed government and therefore turn on either pastors, spiritual leaders, or go into fraud, as the case may be. Is our government not a fraud? Why are our refineries not working? Senators, ministers, and other government officials monthly take home in millions, while hunger holds sway on innocent Nigerians. Although I really do not support fraud, but legitimate way of life. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for your message. I do appreciate it. This one goes, this is Solomon. He says, this is Solomon from Mushin. He says, Joyce, come to Mushin. You'll see a whole lot of them without a particular business or work that they do. But you will see them with the best Jeeps, buying properties here and there, and their parents are in full support of them, thriving in the fraud business. We're 30 seconds away from the top of the hour. Skype's ringing hard. I have messages I unread. The telephone lines will not stop ringing. I wanted to change the conversation, but I wouldn't. I think Nigerians really need to speak on this, and Nigerians are calling Nigeria Info to speak on the matter, so would have to use what's left of time to further the conversation. I want to thank you, but first I'll ask you to hold on a little bit. We go off on a break to bring you the headlines. When we return on the other side of the hour, the conversation continues.
It all starts with you.
You need information. We need your views.
What's up, all your officer and your
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's